Okay, over here at the active post, I'm going to put a couple different stories together here, but with the parent arrested at public meeting for asking unscripted questions about Common Core. And it's got a video down here, so you'll be able to go to this page and watch that video. But basic premises: last week, the Baltimore County School District held a public meeting to go over the Common Core curriculum now being taught in Maryland schools. This was reportedly the first of any public forum concerning what is now being taught to Maryland children. Parents' questions had to be submitted prior to the event, and no new questions would be discussed. This angered some residents who felt they need to ask tougher questions than those selected by superintendents. Well, yeah. Okay, one parent, Robert Small, very respectfully tried to voice his concern and was shut out from participating when a policeman forcibly removed him from the auditorium. I want to know how many parents here are aware that the goal of Common Core standards isn't to prepare kids for full-fledged university, it's to prepare them for community college, explained Small before he was approached by security. It says up here he faces 10.5 years for asking an unscripted question. If found guilty, I doubt that. Of course, you know, when you come under private acts and acts of commerce as a citizen, look out, you don't know what you're going to get. Okay, so hopefully you've read the rest of that, or will, or have watched the video and can fill in the holes. But how does it happen? How does this occur? Well, over here at the Virginia Land Rights Coalition, the story is, or topic, rather, the Delphi technique. Let's Stop Being Manipulated by Albert V. Burns. Okay, and let's read. More and more we are seeing citizens being invited to participate in various forms of meetings, councils, or boards to help determine public policy in one field or another. They are supposedly being included to get input from the public to help officials make final decisions on taxes, education, community growth, or whatever the particular subject matter might be. Sounds great, right? Doesn't it? Unfortunately, surface appearances are often deceiving. You, Mr. and Mrs. Citizen, decide to take part in one of these meetings. Generally, you will find that there is already someone designated to lead or facilitate the meeting. Supposedly, the job of the facilitator is to be neutral, a non-directing helper to see that the meeting flows smoothly. Actually, he or she is there for exactly the opposite reason, to see that the conclusions reached during the meeting are in accord with a plan already decided upon by those who called the meeting. So it's already decided by the ones that called the meeting before you ever get there. You're just there to be their ratifying agents. They're trained in this Delphi technique. Okay, well, we'll get down to that here. Let's read a little more. The process used to facilitate the meeting is called the Delphi technique. The Delphi technique was developed by the RAND Corporation for the U.S. Department of Defense back in the 1950s. It was originally intended for use as a psychological weapon during the Cold War. However, it was soon recognized that the Delphi could be very valuable in manipulating any meeting toward a predetermined end. How does this process take place? Well, the techniques are well developed and fine. There's whole books on how, the Delphi technique is used. They've gotten this down to basically a science, okay? But if you know it, you can see it, all right? And it goes through to outline the whole technique. Like first, the person who will be leading the meeting, the facilitator or change agent, must be a likable person with whom those participating in the meeting can agree with or sympathize. Okay, and I've paraphrased and such, so I'd rather at this point just leave you the links so you can go through and read all this, because it's quite long, and just see for yourself how this stuff works, and how, if you choose to go to those meetings and such, you can combat it, or in any type situation, you can recognize it at least. Have a great day.